I had to go grab the dog. What do we have here still? My bad. My bad on that. I had to go because my wife is still recovering and she's still going through like radiation and stuff. So like she'll call me in every now and then to go take care of something, and I just had to go grab the dog and kind of help her out with something. So we're back now. My bad on that. So all right, back to what we were talking about with back to what we were talking about with the whole discussion, whatever. Uh, In response to something saying you can't find your art style, argued that style is a byproduct of learning and not just choosing among what already exists. It's not so much a level. It's just like you're gonna pick I don't know, our opinion is just like a mixture of the different things that you've studied. And you could argue that like if somebody you could argue that if somebody like uh intentionally chooses a particular style, if somebody intentionally chooses something, they're like, oh, I like what that person does, I'm gonna intentionally copy that, then you're still kind of studying what they're doing, right? And then you're just gonna kind of take it, and then like, so like my example is, I like how Art Germ does eyes, I like how he does noses, I like how Adam Hughes works his Copics. So I pick little things from artists that I really like and I kind of mold it into my own. If you were to choose a style, you know what I mean? That's a dumb argument to have with anybody. Anyway, whoa. All right, here, give me a second. Okay. Anyway, Jesus. Anytime we do like a new setup and we move things around, it's always difficult. Okay. Well, Okay. We haven't worked traditionally in a long time. Malcolm, what's up? Oh, you okay? You have a story, huh? What's up? An acquaintance you haven't been in touch with in years hit you up asking if you could do a YouTube banner for him and your detailed art style for free. It's not your friend. He then sent me pictures of super detailed owl piece he did in 2020 as reference for his plan. Oh, he's just asking for free stuff, huh? You know that y'all ever think that sometimes people ask for free artwork because it's not so much that they're being disrespectful, it's more that they just don't really, they've never actually thought about it. Like, think about it. There are some like things that you never think about in your daily life, right? Like how much work goes into, I don't know, fucking somebody working on golf carts or whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like just some random shit. Do you think a lot of people who ask artists for stuff, they're like, it just like they don't know the ins and outs of it, and they're just like, oh, I guess it shouldn't take that long to draw, right? I mean, I know nothing about how long something takes to make, right? Then they just go ask an artist. They don't know how much an artist charges. They don't know what the average cost is supposed to be. They don't know anything. All they do is they hit you up and ask. So a lot of the times it sucks that we have to put up with that kind of stuff, and we end up making the comparison where you're like, you don't ask a plumber to work for free, right? Um, I I don't know. I think a lot of regular people are just kind of like don't think about it and like, hey. And yeah, elements. It sounds like that to us because we hear it so much. and then we hear other people's stories, and we're just so, it's so like built into us. And you know, a lot of artists, we have and we take a lot of pride in our work and all that, and sometimes it doesn't come from a place of like malice, or like it just is, maybe they just don't think about it. Like, oh yeah, yeah, you know, I didn't think about it, but I guess it takes a while to draw this stuff. Okay, well, I don't have that kind of budget, so you know what I mean? Like, it's something like that. Yeah. Every now and then, you'll give your friends a small drawing as a gift. I'll give my friends a print as gifts if I need to. Nobody gets ink artwork from me for free. They got to pay in some manner. Yeah. Snowing, huh? How often does it snow over there? Y'all know I've made phone backgrounds of like of my masterworks, like some of the Dragon Ball, some close-up shots of it, the Pokemon. Like, I've made free wallpapers for y'all if you've been following me, and I post them up occasionally, or I share them occasionally on Instagram, but they should be on my DeviantArt. But I've made free wallpapers, like close-up shots of like the Dragon Ball and the Pokemon stuff. Yeah, it's been cold as fuck here. Not snowing cold, but for California, especially middle California, it's been hella cold here. We had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I had trouble like going outside. I was just like, what the fuck? Mainly because like I didn't expect it to be this cold. I think it's in the 30s, which, you know, for us is like obscenely cold. I haven't done Hiei yet, no. Every winter, I feel blessed to be living in Florida. So speaking of Florida, I just applied for a fighting game tournament for the Artist Alley. I'm not gonna go. I don't got sticks. I ain't gonna play. Yeah. Hopefully I get in, and then I'll be making my way to Florida. Okay. So my question is, what's Florida weather in June, middle of June? I've only been to Florida one time, and that was in December, and it was just really humid, but it wasn't awful. Florida weather is always 70 to 89. We rarely hit the 90s, even during summer. Wow. Oh, it's I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember your name change. Is there a limit to how many times you could change your name? Are they like you get like 3 a year or something like that? So we will ink over these. I'm just doing some quick sketch drafts on top, or on the bottom, so that when I go in with the brush pen and ink, I can do it fast. Do it fast, yeah. Jory, what's up? But you do keep like the base of your name. Oh yeah, we're talking about cost of electricity and utilities and stuff going up everywhere. Okay, can someone recall early Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, when it was still about being like a spirit detective before it turned into Dragon Ball? What Hiei, when you know, Hiei was after like a mirror or something when they first in his first appearance, was he considered class A? Because I think there's like a power scaling gripe that I have with Yu Yu Hakusho. Because if you go further into the series, especially like in the Dark Tournament, and you see these like even like a class B, like they're so strong, and you're just like, Yusuke's been a spirit detective for like 6 hours, and he's already he was C. Okay. Okay, well, that's fine then. All right. Because I always just felt like that was a big mismatch. Like, he shouldn't have lost. With Hiei and Yusuke's first encounter, Hiei should have never been beaten. Yeah. Jory, yeah, I noticed that. That's why you have 2 different names. Hold on, my dog is whining. Give me a second. What? Why are you whining? Uh-huh. Okay, the office has been invaded by puppies. Both of the dogs, because my wife, we had a doctor's appointment this morning and she's knocked out. Oh, but we've been invaded by puppies. Now both the dogs are just like goofing off here. Hey, now in the middle of the night, it's a different story when we stream because I could just lay their beds down and they'll just pass out here, right? Not so much here right now. Because it's early on in the day, so they're full of energy. And I gotta babysit them. Fuck man. Sometimes I just want to draw uninterrupted. Big shout outs to people who have actual children. Let me rephrase that. Big shout outs to people who actually take care of children. Take care of their children. Parsley, get down. Thank you. You gotta listen to me, Cuba Gooding Jr. Anyone could be a daddy. Takes a real man to be a father. That fat rat. That too. It's that whole thing. We had that discussion when we had that whole discussion with pets and dogs, but that applies to, I guess that applies to humans as well. If you are not gonna be willing to take care of or capable of taking care of another life in general, probably best waiting before making one. You know what I mean? Getting one, making one, whatever. Yes, I also wish the Spirit Detective arc was longer. What did we get, like 5 episodes? And then it turned into Dragon Ball. Once the Toguro brothers showed up, it was over. So these are Patreon cards, right? So I don't want to go too like away from the main characters because these are Patreon cards and they're going to they're going to my supporters. So I want to make sure that I get them characters that they'll recognize. So I'm going to stick to the main cast, yeah. You ever see that picture of Celine Dion where she looks like Toguro? I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if you haven't seen it, just Google Celine Dion Toguro. You'll find it. Isn't it nice to stream during our prime hours? I know my viewers are definitely liking it. Okay, we've had the Yu Yu Hakusho discussion already, but we'll talk about it again. The Sensui, the what's it called? I was gonna say Bible Black, no, Chapter Black. Yes, that's something different. That arc is the worst because of how it ended. I personally am a huge fan of Sensui, and I liked the idea of the psychics because that allowed regular people, like normal, like, oh, they weren't normal humans, but you know what I mean? They weren't like crazy powerful fighters. That allowed them to play a part in, you know, they were able to pose a challenge, right? And they didn't need to be super strong. They just had psychic powers, and I thought that was really cool. And it's like they build everything up, and it's really cool, and they get Kuwabara to open up the gate with his dimension sword, and I mean, like, everything starts building up, and then all of a sudden Yusuke just goes Super Saiyan 3, and they're like, all right, so remember this arc? Fuck this arc. We're gonna start working on the next arc before this one's even done. And then he just bodies Sensui, spoilers, and I'm just like, this is like Trunks and Frieza. But I'm just like, it's like everything about this arc was ultimately just led up to the next, like, it was just, you know what I'm talking about? Like, finish your first bowl of ice cream before you go get another bowl. Parsley, no. I liked all the concepts they had in the Sensui arc. It's just the way it ended. To me, it makes it like I can't go back and watch it because I know how it's gonna end. And I'm just like, man, fuck this. As I draw a demon, demon Yusuke.
Did you tell him? No. Look, don't keep putting it off. The longer you wait, it's gonna hurt both of you guys. I know, but it's hard. Well, looks like you're gonna get your chance. Go on.
My friend sent me something that was hella funny. It was just like, who's your favorite protagonist? And the dude was like, oh, my favorite protagonist is Eren Yeager. Like, why? Well, because I relate to him. He found it easier to commit genocide on a global scale than to tell some chick that he liked her. Jory, we're only at 92. Oh, 92 left? Oh, man. Less than oh, we have fewer than 100 to go until we get to that 10K, that sweet 10K. That wasn't a spoiler, by the way. It was just a joke. Wait, what are we talking about? We talking about the Dark Tournament? Series ended for me as soon as Kuwabara stopped joining them on their missions. We have like 40 of these sketch cards to do. I'm behind on these sketch cards by 2 months, and then the new month is about to start. So then we have another set that I gotta do. What? Oh my god. Chewing on packages. This dog. So we have like no, not I think we have 11 Yu Yu Hakusho sketch cards and then like 13 Ghost in the Shell sketch cards to do today. And then it looks like the Patreon for this upcoming month is going to be Akira. So if anyone's interested in getting an ink sketch card, like what we're doing here, and we will ink over these, it's just a $10 tier. It's just 10 bucks. And you can get an original ink sketch from me every month. Big shout outs to everyone who has supported the Patreon. Yeah, so the way it works is the patrons every month y'all decide, y'all take a vote. I put up a poll and y'all take a vote on what topic you want. You choose amongst the topics that I put, and it looks like Akira's gonna win, and it's like a landslide victory. I used to have really like weird topics like motorcycles and like whatever. And I started, but every time I would put anime as an option in the like I would put like, you know, I'd put like animals or vehicles, and then I'd always add in like one anime option, and every time I put in an anime option it would win. So I was just like, how about I make all of it anime, then what? What were the other choices? Let me see. So it looks like right now it's Harley Quinn, Galactus, Akira, and then Guyver. So 3 of them are like specific characters, and then Akira is just a, you know, a general choice, and that has 70% of the votes right now. I'm glad that Guyver got 1 vote. I'm gonna put Guyver on every poll until it wins. There's a particular art style that they do in Yu Yu Hakusho, where I don't know the studios who worked on Yu Yu Hakusho, but there's a particular one that I really like. It's very round, almost has like a Disney-esque look to it. That's my favorite look for Yu Yu Hakusho. I think you know which one I'm talking about. The animation is always very fluid whenever they have those people working on it. Yes, I said it, those people. I don't remember a lot of Guyver other than we watched it a lot when I was very, very young because my cousins had bootleg VHSs of. My dogs are whining. I think they need to go outside. All right, so when, all right, give me a couple minutes. I take him outside real quick. All right, I get it. Relax. All right, BRB. All right. All right. Just got back with the dogs. I'm gonna go refill my coffee, and then we shall continue. Okay. All right, we're back. So, as one of what happened? Where's the music? One of the things that the doctors hard rule that one of the hard rules that they put down during my wife's recovery is no caffeine. So we've recently switched over to a decaf coffee, which that's one of those things I never thought about. We just never had any. I'm not gonna lie, it's the shit. You know how I'm pretty sensitive to caffeine and other stimulants, and we had to stop drinking coffee because I was having some issues dealing with it. But I'm not gonna lie, man. This decaf is yeah. Oh, you know what? Running ads would have been a good idea. No, I've actually asked Malcolm. I've actually asked people to remind me to run ads when I leave or take the dog. Like, if I have to go take care of something or I have to go take the dogs out or whatever, I've actually asked people to remind me to run ads because I forget, and I'm supposed to run ads, and I always forget. So when somebody does say something like that, that's because I've actually asked people to remind me, like, don't fucking forget, dude. You gotta. So I appreciate that, but I think I dipped before you wrote that, so. But I appreciate it. Thank you for the reminder. Maybe the next bathroom break we'll run some. I look up a reference picture for Botan, and boy, there's a lot of fetishized Botan drawings. Now I did do a Yu Yu Hakusho drawing a couple of months ago. It was a commission job for oh shit, I forgot what it was called. It's like one of those loot crate style companies where they do boxes. They send you boxes and it has a bunch of stuff in it. Welcome everyone, if you're just joining, we are working on some Patreon sketch cards. Malcolm, do you have a preference? Am I ever gonna get work done around here, man? Go lay down. Go lay down. Oh, pencil work, right? Remember pencils? How many hies do I have to do? It's up to me. So the topic is just Yu Yu Hakusho, but in regards to characters, it could kind of be whatever I feel like. 70 more days to go. Wow. Congrats on that. Oh my god, this dog just won't shut up. He has just too much energy. This is one of the reasons we don't stream during the day. We always stream in the middle of the night, my time, because normally the wife is like still awake and kind of needs my help with stuff, but also the dogs just have too much energy. I can't leave them locked in the room with me like we can in the middle of the night when they sleep. So it's gonna be a really interesting stream. Do I have any? Yeah, I have some cons coming up. I have Level Up Expo in Las Vegas next month. Actually in about 2.5 weeks. Holy shit. The Ninja Turtle prints will be large prints will be available for that, by the way. Like my carrier or my printer, for those who don't know, the company I used to print my stuff through, we don't work together anymore. So I found a new one, and those prints are like on their way right now. So there's gonna be a couple of days delay if you ordered a large print for the Ninja Turtles, but the standard ones should be going out tomorrow. But yeah, I have Level Up Expo in Las Vegas next month, and then the weekend after that I have Stockton Con, which is a smaller convention, but I can drive to Stockton and drive home the same day. So I don't have to get like a hotel, I don't have to fly, I can just drive over there, set up, sell my stuff, come home that night, and then just leave early the next day and just do it over again. And yeah, shows like that, I'll do, yeah. And then after that I have, actually let me read off the confirmed conventions that I have. Parsley, go lay down. Yeah, I feel bad locking up a puppy in this room with me in my office while I work. I mean, normally we have her running around all day. That's why she has a ton of energy. So it's just, I feel bad locking up a puppy that has this much energy, but I mean, what are you gonna do? So I have Level Up Expo in Las Vegas in next month, and then the weekend after that I have Stockton Con. And then I have a couple of conventions, 2 potential conventions in the air after that. And then at the beginning of April, I have Kawaii Con in Honolulu. And then between that and between April 1st and July 1st, July 1st is Anime Expo. Between those 2 dates, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 potential shows that I'm waiting on. And then I have Anime Expo in July, that's confirmed. And then the weekend after that, I have Anime Midwest, that's confirmed. And then I have 4 potential cons, which I'm still waiting to hear back from. After that, that will take us all the way into September, where I have Indie PopCon in Indianapolis. That's where I got eyeballed by that racist. And then 3 potentials after that. Salt Lake at the end of September. And then after that, I have 5 more potentials. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 confirmed right now. That's not that many, yeah. But if I can get approved for all of them, that's moving money. There we go. She gave up. She sat down now. That's moving / medical bill money. Kuwabara's best outfit is the white jacket, right? We all agree? No, we plan to move. But you know, with everything that's going on with the wife right now, we don't know if we want to move because the treatment centers that we found here are so good, and we're just like, we don't want to. And then, you know, there's the whole thing with like, there's just like a lot that goes on, and we're just like, is this really a good time to move? So it's on the plans, but we'll have to play it month to month and see what that's gonna happen, or see what's gonna happen. Yeah. 2015, that's Transformers 2? No. Transformers 2 was way before that. Which one's 2015? Animated show. Oh. Okay, I see. Just because he has hair, like, what do you think of the live action? What do you think of the casting and the look of the live action Yu Yu Hakusho? I think Yusuke looks good. Hiei looks fine. Kuwabara, I think, I don't know, like, I always imagine Kuwabara to be just like some really thick like punk, right? But I guess Japanese people are, I guess they're pretty small, right? So I mean, that's what you can do. Yo, what's his name? Kurama, I don't know. Speaking of Kurama, I'm gonna reach out to Flume and see if they'll sponsor me. I'd be like, hey, you just send me one vape a month, that's all I need. I'll advertise the shit out you. Have you seen there's a huge like movement right now against Copic markers because people finally realize that they're not actually like archival. Y'all know that, right? Like Copics are not like, they're not gonna last forever. If you keep them out of the sun, it's basically the less light you put on them, the longer they'll last. If you put them in like direct sunlight, oh that's GG. And you know me, I love me some Copic markers. They're like my favorite tool, right? However, it is what it is. I don't know who that is. Parsley. The name sounds familiar. I can't. He's a big doodle YouTuber. Okay. That name sounds so familiar. Is it like Guy? Is he like he's like an old school art YouTuber, right? That name sounds so familiar. Oh yeah? I appreciate that. Well, with as many cons as I have coming up this year, I might be making more. Oh, you know what I'm really sad about? I'm sad about my movie. I haven't had any time to work on it. Oh, he started doing NFTs, so he started raking in NFT money. I don't get it. If you have a successful source of income like YouTube, right? It almost like to me. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. That's hypocritical of me to say. Lynn, what's up? No, I was actually not going to say anything about the NFTs. I was going to say, if you have a good source of income like YouTube, doesn't matter like what else you do to make money. You'd think you would just continue to make YouTube videos to keep, you know, bringing that income in as well. Income and exposure, right? Especially since YouTube videos, the cost of them really just, it doesn't really matter because you can do all of it from home. So that's what that's what I was gonna say. And the reason I say that's hypocritical of me is because conventions are huge, a really easy way to make money once you get it figured out. And I stopped doing them despite how much money they made me just because I didn't want to do it anymore. So it's hypocritical of me to be like, yo, that guy's fucking dumb if he gave up that source of income for something else. And I'm just like, oh, actually, I did that too. Never mind. I feel you, Vex. Think about the profit you can make. So I'm gonna start this token, right? I wish I could draw half as you can. I'm actually very rusty with my drawings right now because we've been working on other things. Been working on big digital projects lately, so my traditional stuff is, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm feeling very rusty. But I told y'all I'd be. But it all just comes with practice, you know. The cool thing about art is it's one of the cool thing about drawing and painting and all that. Like, yes, like with everything in life, there's gonna be people who are more like naturally able to learn. Well, they'll pick up things quicker. Like some people are really good at math for no fucking reason, right? Drawing is really cool because like you don't need anything inherent to get good at it. You just need to practice a lot. That's the cool thing about this. Or you just have really rich parents, and then you can just spend all your time drawing and not worry about bills. Oh, you use Photoshop smudge tool? Yeah, I like using I don't even know what the names are because that's how little I know about digital art. All I know about digital art is like paint bucket. Hard round brush. You can't find a good sketchbook, so you just doodle. You don't need to buy a honestly, because a sketchbook is usually where you should be practicing stuff. Like you've seen my sketchbooks, complete garbage that's inside of it just because, you know, you got to filter all that garbage out to get good. Honestly, you could just find a cheap sketchbook anywhere. You could draw, I mean, maybe you don't want to practice on lined paper, notebook paper, because you don't want those horizontal lines in your way, right? But honestly, just get a cheap sketchbook. Just buy a pack of cheap sketchbooks anywhere and just use them to practice. I prefer to not get spiral bound sketchbooks because when you store them, boy, it's a pain in the ass to store spiral bound sketchbooks. So if you're just getting started, I recommend getting sketchbooks that don't have the spiral that don't have the spiral plastic or metal wires on them because it's a pain in the ass when later down the road. Hold on, my dog's whining. Hey. Hold on. I will answer that question about what to practice. Give me a second. Okay. So the question was what to practice? Is that what the question was? Hold on. Okay, do you have any advice on what to practice? Yeah, it depends on what you want to learn. You know, like, do you want to get good at drawing people? That's a whole different set of things to practice than like, I want to get good at, you know, doing like industrial design, you know. So, and I'm maybe not going to ask you exactly what you want, but basically, like, you have to figure for yourself out. You're like, well, what do I want to be able to draw really well? Think about like 5 years from now. Oh, I wish, you know, if you say, oh, in 5 years from now, I wish I can draw really good anime people. Okay, well then you probably want to practice drawing realistic people, you know, there's proportions, figure drawing, you know, just get good at gesture, anatomy, you know, perspective so that you can draw them at different angles, foreshortening, you know. Oh yeah, those lights under the desk. Looks like a little fireplace, right? Yeah, so when you're trying to figure out what to practice, again, you just need to give yourself some direction. You need to be like, well, I want to get good at this or that, and then just go to YouTube. And there's so much fucking free information on YouTube, you know? Whether or not it's like really, really good information, it's still free and you should absorb it, right? And I think the thing you should avoid is trying to learn everything all at one time. You're like, all right, I did a topic today, so tomorrow I'm gonna do a different topic. Day after, no, take like a week. Give yourself like 4 sessions to practice one thing. Like, you don't just, you know, like I want to learn how to draw hands, right? So you're just like, all right, well, I kind of practiced drawing hands today, so tomorrow I'm gonna do feet, and then the day after, nah, fucking spend like 2 weeks on hands. Like, it takes a long time to get good at anything, you know, like. Calm the fuck down, like, slow down, have some patience. And then after you practice something and you feel like you got good enough at it, you can move on to a different topic that's related to the thing that you ultimately want to get good at drawing, but then you still need to practice the thing that you were working on before. Yeah, to me, I think direction is the most important thing. You need to give yourself direction and a goal. Otherwise, you're just, like, if you go to the gym and you're just kind of like, all right, so I'm gonna go to the gym. Yeah, what you gonna do? What you mean? I'm just gonna go to the gym. I'm just gonna do everything. I'm gonna hit every machine. I'm gonna do everything. You're not really gonna accomplish anything, right? But if you go to the gym and you're like, all right, so I want to be able to run a mile faster. All right, cool. Now we're talking. Now we know where we're going. What was way too long? Hey, what's going on? Oh, that's funny. Direction and patience. That's what will be most important when it comes to learning new art stuff. Well, learning anything in general. What is everyone doing today, by the way? All right, give me a second. Hold on. Well, I mean, like it. I don't know. Like Peter Han has a very specific kind of. It's just okay. Peter Han has good. You know, like I've said many times, he's one of my favorite artists. Um, but you know, like I guess his what would be the word? His mentality towards learning. Yeah, definitely. But we're talking about like technical stuff that he teaches. That doesn't apply to everybody. So like I usually just tell people just figure out what you want to learn first. Then you can start googling stuff and YouTubing stuff on that. And then eventually you'll find the people that you like who teach that thing, you know. I'm sure there are some good really good industrial design artists that are fucking incredible, like god level, and we don't know about them because nobody here works in that field. I don't think so. Uh used to follow a very good learner artist. What? He made a book, got his money and dip. I played the long game. I have a really, really bright, like, studio light over me, and it's, like, blinding me. We might have to put on the hat to block the light from blinding me, man. Okay. Fucking ponytail over. Oh my god, that's so much better. Wow, that's so much better. Ha 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 ha. Again, anytime you do fan art, you do want to try to stay like on model. So like, what I mean by that is you don't want to draw them like hyper realistic, right? Because then it just looks weird. Oh, you hear my dog snoring. We've been getting a lot of compliments on the composition of the Ninja Turtles drawing, and I'm very happy about that because goddamn, I love how that drawing came out. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's a fresh drawing, so I could still talk about it. Yo, Brian, thank you for the raid. Welcome everyone. If you're just joining in, we are working on some Patreon sketch cards. We have some Yu Yu Hakusho and Ghost in the Shell stuff to sketch today. How's everyone doing? No, I appreciate the raid. Thank you very much. My dog has sleep apnea like me. I don't want to... We're going to get a more worn out brush to do the blacks in the hair. Oh, Brain, by the way, if you have any social media links to... I don't know if you draw or share your artwork anywhere that you want to share, but I actually encourage everybody in the chat right now. You don't need any permissions. You can either drop it into the chat right here or hop into the Discord, and there's a section there where everyone could kind of... I encourage everyone to share their artwork in the Discord and here. So I need to find a more worn out brush so that I can do the hair, so that I don't wear out the... So this is the process. You use your fine brush to get the lines, and then over time, as this starts to degrade, then it becomes a filler brush, and then you open a new pack, and then yo, Pentel. I need Pentel and Copic. We need to get them sponsorships for both of them. Pentel, Copic, and G Fuel. Oh, word. You know what? I think I threw away all my old brush pens. I think I did a cleansing of my office, and I came to the point where I was just like, no, 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 these are too old. We're gonna get rid of all of them. All right. Hopefully this one's good. Nope. Guess we'll just use this then. I like the Crash Bandicoot. Well, I don't know exactly what flavor that is, but there's this one that I had last year. I was at Level Up Expo last year, and I was tabled next to G Fuel, and they just gave me a shit ton of powder mix, and they gave me a bunch of the Crash Bandicoot one. And I was like, this shit is a hella good. Ah, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for the raid. We're just working on some Patreon sketch cards right now. We have some Yu Yu Hakusho and some Ghost in the Shell sketches to do for our lovely patrons. By the way, this upcoming month will be Akira. And if you could hear that snoring, that's my dog. that's my dog in the background. I don't mean like my buddy. I'm talking about like my literal dog. Is Crash Bandicoot like a mango flavor? I can't tell what the flavor is. Yeah. I appreciate it, Kat. Hope your day is going well. I was gonna say I hope everybody's week is going well, but I forgot it's Monday already. It's not just me, right? The year's going by really quick. Thank you for the follows. We are fewer than 100 followers away from getting to that 10,000. Isn't that cool? And then I'll touch it with like 1 or 2 Copic markers. But then we'll just call it, since these are just quick sketches. I still have those leftovers from when we had that Yu-Gi-Oh month. Trying to figure out what to do with these. I might throw them in to the I'll see who's been a patron the longest. So for this next wave, I'll just throw them in there as extras. Let's take a Yusuke break and let's do it. Let's do Hiei. Thank you for the follows. Oh, I miss working traditionally. We've been doing so much digital work lately. I miss this. You do some. Kat, thank you for bringing your people over. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Anyone who just joined in, I invite you to hop into our art Discord. How long will the pen last until it runs out of ink? So these are refillable. You command pen. I'm not sponsored by Pentel. I'm just, these are my favorite ones. It varies. Sometimes I fill them up all the way. Sometimes I don't. Some of my drawings use more ink. Sometimes they're really simple. If you fill them up all the way, they should last probably a whole day. But unless you start doing stuff like this, where you're filling in big areas, then you could burn through it in a couple hours. If you can hear that snoring, that is my dog in the background. She's a goofball, but she's a happy pup. She's 11 years old. You know how it's like you're always gonna see them as like a puppy. Yeah, she's a boxer, so she keeps that like that puppy energy forever. You want to post on Instagram? And I do go check out posts, by the way, marketing. But I think I'm overall not liking the experience of posting and getting disproportionate amounts of attention on pieces. Do you have thoughts? I don't give a shit about how much attention my stuff gets on social media. For the longest time, I was very obsessed with that. Like, I have a YouTube channel, right? Posting on Instagram, posting on DeviantArt, Twitter. Just I post everywhere. Even to this day, like I still copy paste everything, you know. But it got to the point where it wasn't giving anything back. Like you have to think about it. Like, there's a couple of, and we've talked about this in the past, but like there's a couple of levels to this. Where the first level is, how much energy are you putting into it and how much is it giving back to you, right? And for most people, it gives nothing back. Every now and then it might make you a sale or something, you know? So in regards to like literally what you're getting out of it, you know, in regards to sales, usually I say for most people, it's a big waste of time. Now it's free to use, so you should always use it. But to get obsessed with it is like fascinating to me, because like you've seen the stuff that gets a lot of likes, the stupid shit, you know. You've seen incredible art get ignored, and you've seen some garbage, and I use the word garbage because there's some artwork out there that's not very refined, you know, and that gets a ton of attention. So the idea that, you know, a like has no value, so I don't know why people obsess over it so much. It's somebody told you it's worth something. and it's not. So I don't really trip over that kind of stuff anymore. That's why I push the Discord now. That's why I'm always just like, yo, go to the Discord because you can hang out. So that's why we've built this Discord, because like people who fuck with my work, or people that I like to hang out with or whatever, we go there and we hang out, and it's kind of like a curated space where I enjoy talking to people, and that's why I put all my attention and money into Discord and not so much other places. Yeah, but it's free to use social media, so you should always do that. Oh, son of a bitch, for reals? You better get on the VOD then. No. Um Nocturne says viewership gets a bit toxic if you think about it too much. It's the thing where it's like you see it more and more where people just don't have the patience to spend time drawing on a, like, when we do those masterworks, you know, like my drawing of all the Ninja Turtles, all the Dragon Ball characters, all the Pokemon, you know how much praise that I get for having the patience to do it? And I'm just like, really? You know, like it's a lot of work for sure. But I mean, the idea that you spend more than a month on a single drawing is like absurd to people. And I'm just like, nah, dude, like sometimes it just takes that long to get something good. But everyone just wants to churn shit out every single day, you know, every day. And if you're not doing that, then you're not going to get the attention. And I'm just not a fan of that. And I think it's bad for you up here. And I think obsessing over social media numbers, especially, that's no good. And if you start doing it, then you need to back away from it, because it's just it's designed. It's like it's like cocaine. Yeah, it's kind of it's like really good when it's good, but like you need to know when to stop. If you can't use it responsibly, then you need to put that shit away. Sweet, sweet social media. Best thing ever. Shouldn't even do that. You shouldn't even worry. Honestly, you just do whatever on there. You should just post whatever you want on social media. I mean, I don't know. There are strategies that, like, there are people whose entire job is to help people grow their socials, right? And that's cool if that's your goal. But you're asking me personally slash professionally, me, I don't give a fuck. I can't. I just can't. I'll lose my fucking mind if I just focus on it too much, and I have in the past. And that thing that I said about the value of a like, we've been saying that for years. You've seen what gets, what's that phrase? Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. That's it. That's just my opinion on it. Like, is it really that valuable? No. You barely have. Honestly, before I started trying to share my artwork, I didn't even have a Facebook page. Thank you for the follow, guys. We're almost at 10,000 followers. Ah! uh, that's fun, right? It gives it's, I like finding nice round numbers. You know, if we can get to 10K, that'd be really fun. Yeah, I think we'll do like a, I don't know, we'll do some kind of a fun stream with that. But I mean, using social media for entertainment, that's different. That's cool. That's whatever, you know. Entertainment, you, that's all up to you. But we're talking about people who are obsessed with, like, you know, I posted up I spent 5 hours in the bathroom taking a selfie. I posted it up and it got like 3 likes. I'm gonna take it down. We're gonna try again tomorrow. What? that's the thing though. Like a lot of people. Oh my god, I'm gonna turn off the music so we can talk about this. A lot of people complain about the reels, right? Like, oh, I just hate Instagram. It's full of reels now. Then stop using it. My god, you can just stop. I don't get it. Like you go to Costco and somebody hands you a sample of some food that you don't like. You don't sit there and talk to your friends about like, you know, this shit right here is what I'm fucking talking about. This right here on this toothpick is what I'm talking about. This is what's wrong. No, you just throw it away and you just don't go back for it. But again, that's the thing though. It's like I got no I mean everyone's entertainment is subjective. So I'm never gonna like talk down to somebody about like what they do in their spare time. You know, they find social media fun and entertaining. That's cool. Uh it's just we're talking specifically when it starts to negatively affect your life, you know? Like particularly we're talking specifically with your art. And how it makes you feel as an artist. There's no reason that a bird app should make you feel bad about anything that you draw. That's absurd. I would say art skill is a big factor also when it comes to people who come across your art. You can be good at advertising, but if your artwork is bad, no one really gonna want anything from you. I disagree with that. We were talking about that earlier where somebody in the chat, I think it was Leia, had said that somebody came asking her for free artwork, and my response to that was, my response to that was, most of the laymen, the non-artists who don't have the eye or the experience that we have, they don't really think about stuff like pricing and time that it takes to create art. So when they ask for stuff like, can you draw this for free or draw this for cheap? They're not doing it to try and undercut you. A lot of people just don't think about it. Regular ass people, like how many of us we don't think about golf all the fucking time, right? So if we say something about golf, we're not, you know what I'm talking about? So if you're good, so the reason I disagree with what you said is if you have somebody that's your artwork is not let's say your art skill is like not great, but you're good at advertising either yourself or you have somebody managing your social media really well, you can do just fine business wise. People, the layman, don't care about what Kim Jong-gi can do. They will go and be like, oh, there's a poster with like 3 cats on it. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want a drawing with a bunch of Ninja Turtles on it. They don't want a drawing that I did, you know, like they don't want a freestyle ink drawing in 5-point perspective, you know, utilizing everything, you know, I'm talking like all the knowledge that I've had. That doesn't matter. They want some fucking cat drawings. So, that's just how it is. It's the same reason why people consume a lot of music that I would assume highly trained musicians would probably not be fans of. You know what I'm talking about? That's just the world. You know, that's just the world. Um, I actually go the other way, Tim, where when it comes to the regular people, I almost think your art skill is almost irrelevant. Because like if you're trying to sell to the layman, your art skill is irrelevant. You just want to give them something that they want. Yeah. If you have both, for sure, yeah. But I would also argue that like if you had two people who were had a equally good marketing tactic or team, and one of them is like just whatever, drawing circles with googly eyes, and then one of them was just like fucking Peter Han level. I bet it wouldn't make that much of a difference. That's just the only people it makes a difference to are us, our artists. The only people that care about that stuff that would make a difference in regards to like who's gonna buy their stuff is us. Do you think regular people buy art books? You know, you know how you we have Kim Jong-gi sketchbooks. How many laymen do you think bought that book? That's like master level. That's like a giant collection of master level work. You think a layman is gonna touch that thing? You're talking about a book. You're talking about we're talking about Kim Jong Il. We're talking about probably one of the most famous artists in modern time. Uh, Easily regarded as one of the best of all time. Fat sketchbooks of his masterworks. A layman not going to take a second look at it at all. That's how little that shit matters to them. Think about that. They're gonna be like, ah, that's cool. Where the cats at though? Where the cats? Avocado's too expensive. You know what I'm talking about? And again, there's nothing wrong with all of that. But you're trying to talking about getting popular and making a ton of money for your living, and you want to appeal to the layman, the non-artist. Your art level uh, is not at the top of the priority list. Animes, anime, cats, titties. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about in general, but especially at cons. No, no, I'm talking about in general. Yeah, you could always. There will always be. You know, people will buy anything at cons, but you wouldn't say when it comes to selling your artwork online. It's harder for the amateur. No, I'm not. Uh, I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Yeah, being good obviously will help you, but if you having a good marketing team trumps everything. An amateur with a good marketing will make more sales and have a better living than somebody who's really fucking skilled with a bad marketing. Them's just the facts. I don't make the rules. I just negatively reinforce them. But that's not to say you can't make a living. I'm awful at marketing, and I make a fine living. Anyway, what were we talking about originally? Oh yeah. Social media. Look, y'all enjoy yourselves on social. I just can't focus on that stuff anymore. Driving me crazy. Damn, my dog. Twitter dramas. It is entertaining though, right? There's nothing wrong with some fun entertainment. Do I watch YouTube or TikTok then? Of course. Of course there's stuff that I like to watch. Why? Okay, I don't think we've ever brought this up before. You watch Red Letter Media? I've been watching Red Letter Media since like, was it 2009 or 2010? Oh my god, before they even started Half in the Bag. That's like my favorite YouTube channel. No way. Fat Rat. For reals? No way. Well, if that is you, we've banged out some of that music on here on stream before. Y'all remember when DeviantArt came in here? And then I was just like, bullshit, that's not DeviantArt. Mayday. It's Mayday. That's the one. Personally, believe in going into the mountains, getting good first, then focus on selling your art, because I don't believe in selling. Yes, that is a very no, Tim. I agree with that. You know me, dude. Like, I totally agree with that. That's how I think it should be. Unfortunately, that's just not how it is in general. Naturally, you're gonna find, you know, exceptions to everything, right? But in general, that's just not how it is when it comes to the layman and purchasing artwork, because they, despite how good you get, they're not gonna see it. And that's, I think, what the biggest thing is. They're not gonna see the difference between, they're not gonna see that big of a difference between what you were creating before you went Batman in the mountains and what you make afterwards. Like, the progression that you've made over just the past year that you've been sharing on the Discord, we can see how much crazy progress you've made. They won't see that though. Isn't that crazy? I equate it to this. So, you know, my brother is a professional powerlifter. He was a former world champion. And when he talks about like exercising and staying healthy and dieting, he has just been working at such a high level for so long. If he cannot give advice that applies to like normal people, by normal I'm talking about like, by normal I mean like people who aren't like obsessed with it. If somebody asks him for advice on like dieting, he gives them something that's so like extreme for them because he's been working at such a high level for so long. So for people like us, Tim, where we're just constantly talking about art, talking with other artists about art, consuming a lot of art, we can't possibly fathom, like, it's just hard to imagine looking at something and not being able to like deconstruct it and judge it. Like we look at something as artists and we can deconstruct it, and then we could base our opinion and merit of it based on like the different things that we pull out of it, right? Like, oh, they did that well, they did that well, they did this well, they sucked at this. Regular people can't do that. They just can't. And for that reason, my opinion still stands about, if you do ultimately want a lot of attention to your work and you want to be able to make money off your artwork, being good helps skill wise, but it's nowhere near the top of what's important. Whoa, what happened? It's just like it's just like I brought my, you know, my buddy who helps me sell at conventions. He's not an artist, but he's been around my drawings and he's been around me while I sketch and I talk about the things I'm sketching, and we've walked around the artist alley and I'll point things out. Now, he couldn't see it before, but now he always says how I fucking ruined the artist alley for him, because he's just like, now I know what to look for and I can't fucking unsee it, and he's just like, you ruined everything. That's where we're at, Tim. We've ruined, and to a degree, we've ruined art for ourselves, because now we can't look at something It's like if you get good at filmmaking and you go watch a movie, you can't just watch a movie now. You're watching filmmaking. This is also why I don't blame people for dropping art. They think it's so easy and expect to get to master level in a year. The truth is it takes years just to get decent. Yeah, if you have the time, and even if you have the time, the natural aptitude for it, you had good direction at the beginning, you know, you have the resources, you need you need all that stuff just to be able to do it in a few years, you know what I mean? It's anyway. So what I'm saying is the best artists, you know, to get good at art, you got to ruin it for yourself. And hopefully you ruin it for other, if you're a teacher, hopefully you could ruin it for other people too. But yeah, in an ideal world, we would get popular and make money based solely on our skill levels, right? Wouldn't that be amazing? One day. But it is not this day. Yeah. So anyway, TLDR is don't worry about social media. So at the end of the day, again, another reason I don't really participate in like art communities is I don't know, I just I like doing my own thing. And I feel like every time I start getting involved in other groups or whatever, then there's some kind of like an expectation with what I create, you know? And I don't know, man. Just do whatever you want and stop caring. That's the best. That's like the best advice. Just draw whatever you want. Stop caring. Just enjoy yourself. Set your own goals and expectations. Exactly. Yeah, Malcolm's gonna set your goals, do what you want to do, and just don't You don't need to talk about it. Here's the thing that the thing. Like, I share a lot about like what I'm doing and what my plans are here on stream, right? We talk about a lot. Oh, I think I want to do this. I want to do that. I started this project. I want to do that. But you know, I don't talk about that stuff anywhere else. You know, like that stuff I keep to myself. And there's still shit that I don't bring up here. And I feel like oversharing is bad for people like up here. I don't know, I just don't get. I mean, I'm okay. Let me rephrase that. I get it. I get why you want to like share your goals and all that stuff online, and like ooh, I need to cut my nails. But just think about it, like you could just not, like, you can just work on this thing that you're gonna work on and then show everybody when it's done. You don't have to show work in progress. You don't have to tell people what you're doing. I need to post every day and let everyone know the progress on this thing. You could just vanish for a few months, even though that's social media suicide, and then just show up with a finished product. Like, you could do that too. Toxic, side note, I love the smell of it. It's so nice to put you to sleep. Yeah, yeah, we talk about that all the time. Artists are awful to each other. No, well, that's different. Because when I do those projects, not gonna lie, those are products. I'm advertising a product that I ultimately want to sell, right? Let's be real. I do work on projects that I enjoy, but when it comes to those masterworks, those are products. When I'm talking about personal projects that I have planned, and you know, like, I don't talk about that shit here. Yeah. Hustle in private, but you flex the results. There you go. Just do that. Here's a crazy thing. Here's a crazy. The fact that we're even talking about this, isn't that fucking crazy? Like, just the concept of yeah, I got something to work on. Probably take me like 4 months or 5 months to finish it. I'll let you all. I'll share it when it's done. Can't do that. The people can't do that anymore. That's why I don't really that's why I don't consume Twitch, and when I'm on YouTube, I don't actually consume a lot of art stuff outside of like if I need like technical like tutorials, right? Because I already know how I feel about my art. So I don't need to hear anything from anybody because I already know like how I feel about it. That's why you don't catch me in art groups. People fucking arguing with each other. Yo, that one time I got like kicked out of Artist Alley International. I didn't get kicked out. I got like not banned, was it? I got like suspended, I guess. Like they temp banned me from the Artist Alley International group on Facebook. So what had happened was, what happened? So somebody was they put up that they were looking to do more cons, but they needed more time to draw, and but they had a kid, you know, that was taking up a lot of their time. They had a full-time job, and a lot of people were just patting them on the back, being like, "You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just do your best." And I gave some pretty practical advice. I was just like, "Well, you can't stop working because you need money. You can't stop taking care of your kid because you need to take care of your kid. But if you need time to draw, then I would recommend you just, you said you're sleeping like 6 hours. You need to just cut that down to 3 hours, spend 3 hours a night drawing. And over the course of time, you'll have a lot of extra hours under your belt and you'll be doing fine in a few years." People fucking massacred me for telling them to cut 3 hours out of their sleep. They were just like, "Don't fucking tell her, fucking sleep deprivation," fucking, like, getting all crazy. And then like the mod came and like they did a temporary ban. And it's like, this is why y'all suck. This is why y'all never gonna get good. This is why y'all not gonna match my level. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I'm just saying, like, yeah. Anyway, that's the art community, man. It's fucking crazy. So then I ended up just leaving. I was like, "Man, fuck y'all. I don't need y'all." This was years ago, though. Ugly lines. Let's do that. Hey, what's going on? It's been a while. Thanks for the raid. How have you been? I haven't come by your stream in so long. Right, Malcolm? Who wants to work? Who wants to work? Yeah, I did give that artist some pretty, that's some practical advice that I gave her, right? I could have said, "Stop taking care of your kid." How have you been? What's going on? Yeah, so we're working on some Patreon sketch cards right now. I have quite a few Yu Yu Hakusho sketches to do, and then we have some Ghost in the Shell sketches to do. You're drawing a cat and got very tired? How long did you stream today? It was in a Tim, it was in a Facebook group. So they just sent me a message and said I wouldn't be able to post in the Facebook group for X amount of time. And I was just like, "Yes, I'm good." So then I just left. I rejoined the Artist Alley International, or was it the Artist Alley Network International group on Discord, because they have a lot of good information about like when signups for conventions happen. So I don't partake in the community, quote quote community. Well, I just go there and leech information. It's like that time I told somebody to lose weight. Y'all remember that? It was practical advice. Okay, so one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever I've learned is when you're selling artwork at your table, standing and engaging is always better than sitting and engaging. That's just a fact, right? And somebody had gotten upset with me because they're just like, yeah, well, I'm like really overweight and, you know, not everyone could stand the whole time. First off, I'm not talking about you if that's your deal. But second, well, you could. You just lose a little weight. Don't say that. I didn't mean it I didn't say it in a mean way either. It was a very like factual way. I'm like, well, yeah, you what the fuck that I said some shit like, well, you know, if you're overweight, that could be very stressful on the body. You know, if you lose some weight, and I said you can get one of those foam pads underneath to help with like your feet and the impact and all that stuff. And I could already tell this pen is starting to get a little worn out today. It's not making as clean lines as it was early on. I think it's like flooded right now. I think I gotta stop squeezing it and just drain the ink out of it a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, don't talk to other artists. Including me. No. We're drawing Botan right now. So we're drawing a bunch of Yu Yu Hakusho characters. For the Patreon. Snow, what's new? It's probably been, what, like 3 or 4 months since I've stopped by your stream? Drawing went back to traditional. Good job. We've been working on a lot of projects digitally as well. Like, this is my first time drawing traditional here on stream in like months. Would y'all say months? Maybe like 2 months. Haha, cool Bora. Yeah, the pen itself is getting a little flooded, so let's see if we could empty it out a little bit. Give me a second. I have to... All right, my puppy is asking for some attention. I think I have to... No, I'm gonna take her out real quick, all right? So, I remember this time. I know y'all hate ads, right? But, if you like me, I'm gonna run a 1-minute ad. We will return. I have to take the dog out just really quick, and then we shall return. Okay. Gonna make some midnight noodles. Oh. See, I have to take it easy on heavy foods because the past couple months that I've been playing nurse here at home, I have gotten super fat. So I just kind of have to take it easy on everything. Yo, convention season's coming up, man. I gotta look presentable to some degree. Oh, Tim, I don't know if you're still here. So there's another aspect that we could talk about in regards to promoting your artwork and selling to like the layman, right? But I guess this will apply not just to the layman. This will apply to everybody. If you look good, this is every aspect in life. If you look good or you present yourself really well, whether that's how you dress, or the quality of like your photography that you post up on your social medias, do you know that that's part of the marketing? Like that plays a huge role in how well your engagement is. And I'm not gonna lie, it plays a big part in how well your artwork is received. And if you don't believe me, go try and find some artists who take pictures with their artwork. And I'm not just talking about females, I'm talking about like just in general. There's a face in there. Like if I have a picture, let's say I get the prints of the Ninja Turtles piece come in, right? If instead of just putting a picture of it, I actually have I put up a post of me like cheesing, right? Just cheesing, holding up the print, that's gonna get a lot more attention. I'm not the ugliest guy in the artist alley. I got that going for me. So Tim, I'm not trying to put your business out there, but I'm put your business out there because I got a mic. You can't stop me. So I know you said you're getting more into like taking care of yourself and fitness and like looking good, you know, like aesthetics. That's good. That's gonna pay off in a way maybe you didn't think about later down the road. Have all my have all my cranky what would the word be? Jaded worldviews regarding art. Have you found them interesting today? How do you feel about artists who charge a traditional commission only to do the work and not give the original, but if the client wants the original, they have to buy it again? I think it's whatever the client wants. If you like sometimes like I've gotten offers to do commissions where they would be okay with me selling copies of it. If I were to hire an artist, I would never allow that. But you know, stuff like that, that's all between the client and the artist. So from the artist side, if you need to make some money and pay your bills and you want to get a new client, and they're cool, you're cool with whatever, that's fine. From the client side, I would always, if I commissioned a traditional piece, I would always want the traditional piece. Now, if you're asking how do I feel about people who like do the double charge, like it's like a non-negotiable thing. That's cool. More money for the artist. And if the client knows ahead of time and they're willing to pay it, everybody wins. Everybody wins. Now it's if you pull some shit, you're just like, no, like, no, I drew it for you, but if you want it, you gotta pay. If you want shipping, you're gonna pay. Like that goes back to that thing where again, the layman, somebody who doesn't really know anything about art or the way the art world works, let's say they commission somebody and it's like their first time or their second time or even third or fourth time ever commissioning an artist, and they've commissioned different artists every time, and every artist does their stuff differently. So they come across you and you're just like, yeah, I can do traditional. I charge this to do the drawing. I'll send you a high resolution copy. And then I charge again if you want me to actually send a physical to you. To a layman, they're gonna be like, okay, I guess that's just how this person does it. Whatever, sure. I do my best to try to empathize with the layman. Yeah. You gotta know your enemy. Thank you for the everybody. Thank you for all the follows today. We are dangerously close to getting to 10,000 followers here on Twitch. Tim, did we say that I was gonna do a sketchathon if we get to that 10K? Okay, so Tim had brought up something very interesting that I hadn't thought of, right? So I appreciate you bringing that up. A couple streams ago, we were talking about what should we do when we get to 10,000 followers, like what would be really fun. And since I don't watch Twitch, I didn't know about this, but Tim brought up a thing called a sketchathon, or it would be like X amount of donations and or subs, basically anything that brings in money. I'll start drawing with a fixed amount of time, and as people donate more, I'll just extend the stream time. And for our 10K, we might do something like that. I think that was you. You're just like, that wasn't me. Stop throwing me under the bus. Your dumbass ideas. 0 to 10, how many points do you give this Pentel brush pen? 8 or 9? The thing that makes me not give it a higher is I wish the capacity here, because you could refill it, I wish the capacity was more. Like, I wish this was like that. Also, it's a little bit of a bitch to get in there to refill it, because you have to remove that plastic. Whoops! You have to remove this plastic tab right here on the top, and then it does bubble up pretty easily as you're refilling it. So it's not like if you're out in the field, refilling it is very messy, and I wish there was a cleaner way. If there was a very clean way to refill it, I would probably give it a 10. I like the brush on this one. This is the extra fine one, which is, I think, the one in the command pen command. I like getting the really fine one because it can do clean lines and fat lines. I don't like getting the Pentel brush pens that are bigger because they could only do big lines. I'll actually pull it up on Amazon right now. I'll pull up exactly the one that I get. Yeah, now the argument can be made that if you practice with a pen, any pen, with enough practice, especially with brushes, they'll all start to kind of behave the same, honestly. But buying this, like, so when you get some control, when you get more control, you could use a fat brush and still get thin results. So that's all control, but it makes it easier if the brush is smaller. Yeah. It's brushes, brush pens. To do line art with these things takes a lot of practice. But if you just stick with it, you'll get better. I make it look easy, but you should have seen the first fucking 2,000 pages of shenanigans that it took to get any level of control over it. Yo, if you hop in the Discord, I believe it's Penguin, right? That's doing a lot of Kim Jong-gi studies. He's rocking a brush pen. He's getting hella good. The thing about brush pens that I've come across, which is why I really enjoy watching Penguin's progression on it, is a lot of people will kind of give up on the brushes because it's hard. It's really hard, and it's hard to practice when you have zero control at the beginning. You're like, how am I supposed to get better if I can't do shit with this, right? So it's really easy to kind of call it quits with these brushes because it's so difficult at the beginning to do anything with them. So that's why I'm a big fan of people who stick with doing line art with brushes or brush pens. I wanted to get this like horsehair. I think it's horsehair, right? You know, in those like classic, like this. It's like that big, it's like that fat. You know, it's like a very classic brush. I wanted to get one, but like I when I was looking at them, I think they were like $200. I was just like, I'll probably lose it. I'm gonna lose that or break it. Yeah. I do appreciate all the patrons. No punchline, just in general. I appreciate y'all. It's really hard, but you have your good days and they feel real nice. And as time goes on, you're just gonna get, it's gonna get even nicer. Dang, my dog is like tearing it up with that snoring. I thought you were going to bed, or did you go eat? I can't remember. What to eat? Okay. $300. Get your pet. Where are you going? Wait, do you have to get for that retreat vacation thing? Is that out of country? Well, I mean, you still come up. I mean, it costs $300, which sucks, but ultimately you still come up. Starting to flood again. In the courthouse, they charged me that much to get in. Oh, expedited. I see. What are we talking, price-wise? It's not the same, man. You know this. Don't be surprised. It's not the same. What? That's like free, dude. You're gonna spend more on food for the calories it's gonna take for you to walk around. No, they're from my head. Yeah, I have references for design, for character design, but no, it's just anime characters. They're all pretty much the same. Call it what it is, right? Like, well, if you could draw one anime character, you kind of draw all of them. And I'm not doing anything like crazy with them either, so yeah. But no, that's I take that question as a compliment. So my older dog, I have both my dogs in here. One's 5 months, one's 6 months old, one's 11 years old. The older one is just laying on top of all the toys, just like three of the toys. She's just laying on top of it, and the puppy's trying to get to him. She's not. The older one's not letting her get it. She's just like a dragon, just hoarding all the toys. Flying from America to Japan is insanely overpriced. Dude, flying anywhere is crazy overpriced. How much is it now to go like from a major airport like DFW to Japan? Um, Flying from my small town to Florida is like $800. That's Chronicles of Ridiculous. Well, I don't know. I'm just so used to the old prices. The old prices. Ah, Yu Hakusho is the business. So I'm having a lot of trouble focusing because these dogs, I don't know if you could hear on the mic, but they've been whining like non-stop. You know, it's the middle of the day. They just have too much energy. You can't lock up dogs, especially boxers, all day, right? That's just not how it works. They don't want to be in the office, which is one of the many reasons we've been doing the middle of the night streams. So we'll finish Koenma here, and then we'll probably have to call it so I could just take care of everything here. And then, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like I said earlier, I feel bad about like trapping them in my office like this while I work. But the wife is knocked out right now. So I have like paperwork and stuff that I need to do, like tax stuff and all that. So I'll be doing that when we get off the stream here, and then we'll hop back on the stream to finish up the Patreon stuff later tonight. But we'll finish Koenma first before we dip. Again, I invite everybody to join the Discord. Oh, the announcer. I feel you on that one. I get you. All right. Again, we will come back on to finish up the Yu Yu Hakusho and Ghost in the Shell sketch cards, Patreon sketch cards. later tonight. But right now, I have like domestic duties to tend to. So, whoop. So I appreciate everyone for hanging out. Hop into the Discord. Thank you so much. We're almost at that 10,000 followers. Whatever. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, we'll go outside. All right.